also earn additional affinity points, right?
Now, John, don't go giving away your whole story because we're going to have a conversation.
You're absolutely right. So wrapping up, thank you very much. It was very, very tact. In wrapping up, I just want to say sort of a twist on my tagline, which is help. It's basically the subscribers' data. Let them put it to work, and you yourself, as a mobile carrier, will earn significant rewards in doing so. Thank you very much.
All right, so this is a really novel concept, right? This idea of consumers having control over their data and using a privacy tool to grant access to their data. Now, I think we typically tend to think of privacy in business as what we call FUD, right? Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So privacy is a thing we should be scared of, or shouldn't talk too loudly about it in the hallways. But you're kind of bringing this out into the open. So Rima, let me ask you, is it really counterintuitive to think about privacy as a fear thing, or is there really opportunity, do you think?
Yes, so traditionally, I think you're absolutely right. It is counterintuitive. Most of us have not been associating privacy to opportunity. But what we're finding is that the landscape has really shifted. So the consumer study that I mentioned earlier, we are finding a new kind of phenomenon, which is what we call the rise of the reluctant share. That is, what we're seeing is consumers are increasingly concerned about their privacy and security. And it's no surprise when you think about the Snowden and Trump world that we live in. They may not know exactly what privacy is referring to, but there is that creepy factor coming in. So in our latest survey, we found there was an increase to 41%, up from 32% the previous year, of consumers who would like not to share their personal data, but they know they have to if they want to get access to the app or service. So that is a significant shift in behavior. And at the same time, you have regulators who are aware of what's going on. So I won't bore you guys with a regulatory overview. I think we're going to do a little bit of insight into what's known as GDPR. But essentially, regulators are going to compel businesses across the world to be better stewards, better custodians of data. And so there is a whole raft of legislation that's coming where rules are going to be put into place, and companies will have to manage data in a whole new way. And there is where the opportunity, I think, lies. And this is something that I think we significantly need to think about. The counter argument to this is that trust actually is something that can build loyalty and custom with consumers. And that's something that I think we need to take a deep dive into, is how do we as an industry look to engender trust with customers who ultimately become our best advocates, really.
Absolutely. Now, keying off of that, Ludovic, you are in a role of data stewardship, which again has historically been very compliance focused and security and regulatory focused. When you think about privacy as an opportunity, how does that fit into your worldview as the data stewardship and data governance guy?
Yeah. Usually we may think that, from a business perspective, we may think that data protection, privacy, prevent doing business. Actually, at Orange, we